All right. More of this. Let me get my shit together here. Did this go live? It says it didn't on my end. Yeah, it did. Okay. Good times. Good times. All right. So, this is where we left off. I don't have too much time today, so I don't think I'm going to get all the way through this. What page am I on? I'm on 13. Okay, so getting there. Maybe I'll get through it. I don't know. I only got about an hour. So on June 3rd. On June 3rd. I believe this guy was going to prison June 5th. Yeah, June 5th. So this is June 3rd, 2017. Same address. I don't know why. That's a weird address that he uses, but oh, he used a suite. Now we have a suite. Now we have a suite. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I forget which address this is the one I think that worked. Yeah, this was this building. So suite 4, I believe 17, he said. Which yeah, 472. It's a high number for no, that's a big building. I could have I guess I could have I mean 70 is a lot though. Strange because 70 would be a lot for this building. But I mean, obviously it's a thing. I'm not arguing that's not a thing. But I guess it is building, big building. They could have 70 offices on the floor. But it looks like it sounds like he's on the 4th floor of this building right here. That's where he's writing from. And okay. So what is this building called? Edge Creek Plaza, that's right. So I wonder if this guy's actually like probably not living out of that building, but working out of the building. Out of whatever attorney's office. And he's not putting that anymore. He only put that in the first one. That's well, yeah, he put it in the first one because the first one actually was about business. He put the Louisiana one because that was about business. He was talking about the board of trustees and all that sort of stuff. These are more personal letters, so I guess that's why he didn't use that in subsequent letters. Why all of a sudden he put his suite down here? Maybe yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, these are all pretty condensed because it's. Yeah, I think he's got one here from June 4th where he didn't put the suite number. Yeah, he didn't put it on June 4th. No, this is the Balk Springs, Texas, the PO box. Now he's getting it delivered straight to this building. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, now he's getting it delivered straight to this building. I don't know why. I don't know why he would do that. Why he switched addresses here. Because they switch addresses back. Let's see if there's anything different in the context of what he wrote. And again, so we got on the 4th. He's really losing it. On the 4th, he's freaking the hell out because Paddock's about to do something. He's saying he's about to do something. He's asking what happened to the person he shot in Reno. Yeah, he's like really getting kind of, I guess, worried. I don't know. I don't know if I read this as worried or he's trying to get Paddock to admit to something dirty. I'm not really sure yet what's going on here, but this is the day before that. Thank you for our little chat, for your honesty. Now it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like Steve probably didn't write this guy a lot of letters, just called him. this guy would like to write letters, and he even says in the article, um, what's sad about this? Like, I was thinking about this. If this guy would have dropped the dime on Paddock, none of this would have happened. Like, none of that, the shooting, none of that would have happened. All this guy had to do was, tell somebody that this was this guy's plan, and or even tell somebody that he thinks Paddock shot somebody in Reno, but that might have set Paddock over the edge. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe that's what set him over the edge. I don't know. This guy's in prison. Who knows what he's talking about? This is weird. Anyway, dear Steve, thank you for our little chat and for your honesty. I appreciate that, but you're still bitter about the taxes. Like, this guy's like narrating. It's weird, man. I'll get that, but you are still bitter about taxes and insurance. Listen, I have to turn myself into the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons. He knows, dude. He knows. He says every time, every day you write a letter and you say this. On Monday, I will not be able to talk to you for some time, but I wish you will hold true on your promise and go seek medical help. I will try call the doctor in Vegas so you can get the appointment. Okay, first off, before I forget, you say Monday, right? I want to check calendars here. Was June 5th on a Monday that year? Let's see. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Okay, so June 5th was definitely Monday in 2017. Okay. I will try to call the doctor in Vegas so you can get the appointment. You're making some headway now. That's good. First step is always the best step. All you have to do is talk to the one doctor and pour out your gut, and he will help you. I don't know. That's an individual thing. Like, do you think he's do you think he actually door? Do you think he's actually worried about Paddock, or do you think he's actually trying to get Paddock to admit to something so that he gets in trouble? I don't know. It's hold on. I gotta block this door up, man. Otherwise, this thing's gonna creak all damn day. I don't know. I get this weird sense, like some of this reads to me like concern, and some of it reads like he wants to tell on him, and he wants him to admit to something in writing so that he's got something to give to the police. I don't know. Let's see. But please promise me that you won't travel to Illinois to make a human graveyard. All right. Let's see when Lollapalooza was that year, because I don't even remember. It's been so long. Let's see. Lollapalooza. Oh, man. Why did they make it so such a weird ass name? Let's see. 2017. August 3rd to August 6th. June. Let's see. July and August. So 2 months later. And Machine Gun Kelly was there that year. That would have been ugly. Let's see. Okay. So it was in August. So that's legit. Oh, I still have that picture up there. Damn it. Sorry. So Illinois, and was, let me see. Chicago. Yeah. Okay. And I could go into the report, but I don't really have time to do all that. Well, you know what? Yeah, I do, because I need to. let's find the LVMPD final report. Okay, so let's go into the final report. And let's look at some internet searches if this thing downloads ever. I should just download it myself, but I'm going to go to the internet search. I'm going to figure out when these searches were happening for Lollapalooza, because I believe those were dated. I'm not positive, but I think those were dated, because I know not all the internet searches were dated, but those I think were. Okay, so here we go. Share screen. Let's go to the fit report. Okay. May 18th. Search form for summer concerts. Let's see. So we're talking about May. June. Okay, so May. So the month before all this went, before these letters, month before these letters, I started looking for venues, and he started looking for like stuff like Santa Monica, biggest open air concert venues in the USA. So I guess we can say that it looks like he was starting to lose his marbles May 18th. A lot of these other things went in September. So September looks like when he really planned out the Vegas stuff. But September 5th, searches were performed in Mandalay Bay, Route 91. Let's see, what do we got? We got Life's Beautiful and all that stuff. Yeah, of course, it's September, though. So here's Grant Park Music Festival on May 18th. And then Ticketmaster. It looks like he might have bought tickets for that thing. And yeah, whether he went or not, I don't know. Where is the searches for? Okay, this is Arizona. Where's Harley? Okay, so that's not it. Cell phones. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. May 18th. Boston University, Boston, Venice Ale House, the Bungalow, Fairmont, Miramar. Dude, am I tripping? Was this not on here? That's what I get for doing this shit. Half awake. It's like a Lollapalooza. For some reason, I thought we saw. Oh yeah, okay. So no, it's Boston. We're looking for Chicago. Well, Chicago Red Sox, right? Or the Boston Red Sox. No, I don't watch sports. Yeah, all we got is this weird stuff May 18th. And it looks like on May 18th he was if this is legit. It looks like he was aiming for, no pun intended. It looks like he was his target at that time. He was thinking was Boston. Boston Arts Academy, the Red Sox store, Venice Ale House. I don't know too much about that. I don't know what's going on there. Fairmont Miramar Hotel. That's all Venice stuff. Wilshire, the Bungalow. That's Venice stuff. So it looks like Boston was what he was looking at there. May 18th, the search were performed for summer concerts 2017. We have no context, so we don't know what order these were done in. So whatever's going on in Boston, could have been what he was looking up at that point, and he could have looked up the Boston stuff later. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Like the Google search queries came before. What is this? This is Google Maps. Yeah, so at the same time. But yeah, that's all we got from earlier. For some reason, man, I thought it was in here. I really thought it was in here. but I'm not seeing it. All right, let's move on. Non-issue, waste of time. All right, so, oh, what happened? Oh, that happened. Oops, wrong window. All right, let's go back to this. Let's see. Police would kill you. Why you want to do this? It makes no sense. Um, let's see. Graveyard. Steve, you gunned down innocent people, and the police would kill you. Okay. Why you want to do this? It makes no sense. The innocent people did to you what innocent people did to you. The IRS and the Treasury Department pissed you off, not innocent citizen. I don't like the IRS either, and you can't go around killing them. You always said, "Thou shalt not kill." Did he? Did Stephen say that? Did he really say that? Thou shalt not kill. Um, okay. Oh, did he say that, or did you say that to him? I don't. That's weird. That's just a weird thing. That's just a weird thing to say to people. I don't like the IRS either, but you can't go around killing them. I mean, so here we have motive. If like I said, all this is based on whether or not this is legit or not. And I know a lot of people are going to say it wasn't or it's not, because even in the beginning, I said I didn't think it was. I have a lot of questions about this and I have a lot of issues, but this doesn't fit the narrative. So to me, this seems like it is somewhat possibly legit, at least legitimate from the eyes of whoever this Jim Nixon is, right? Whether or not this is legitimate from the eyes of Stephen Paddock, because we're only seeing one side of the story. Now, we don't know what kind of relationship these people had, and we don't know if this guy really was a good friend of Paddock, or if Paddock just liked talking shit to this guy. This could be a big nothing burger in reality. We'll never probably know. But realistically, Stephen Paddock could be one of these guys who, he could be a blowhard. He could run around saying, "I work for the CIA. I'm a badass. Don't fuck with me. I'll fuck people up, and shit like that." And he could be talking mad shit to this guy. That's possible. But considering in context of what he did, I mean, this actually kind of makes sense. That's the problem. June, I don't the date on this. I think is it June 10th? Is this part of June 10th? Because it's the same letter, so I don't know what the date is on this one. It looks like 3rd, June 03. Is that 03? Was this psychopath writing to him multiple times in the same day? Multiple letters? The letters are weird, dude. Who writes letters anymore, man? These aren't emails, they're letters. It's weird. It's weird. It's just weird. Everything's weird about this. Even 2017, people wrote emails. What kind of killing are you going to do? Why concerts? Please don't do it. It's like, and that's another weird thing, man. Just the way it's written, dude. So it's almost like this guy's, I don't know, push. I mean, I could look in hindsight and say, yeah, it looks like this guy's pushing a narrative, but this is not hindsight. So, I legit think this was probably written on June 3rd, 2017. So I don't know. What kind of killing are you going to do? Why concerts? Please don't do it. Steve, you promised me and you give me your word that you would go seek medical help. That's a hard word to read in his writing. You said you could not do anything until I contact you. You have to understand that I am turning myself into the prison authority in 2 days, and I will not be able to communicate with you until I get settled in and establish a mailing list. You should text me your address so I can put you on my mailing list. And should you want to visit, you will be approved. Your mailing address. What the fuck, dude? Where are you sending these letters? Where are these going? The fuck are these going? I mean, why you ask for a mailing address on a letter you're writing a dude? I guess maybe he's writing to a P.O. box. Maybe Steve used a P.O. box as well. Maybe Steve had a P.O. box in like Big Bear, I guess. He had one in California City for a while. I guess he could be writing to a P.O. box, but where else are you sending this shit? Like, like where the hell is this stuff being sent? Steve, you can't bring any weapon in your car or your person onto the prison grounds. Now that's scary. Is that something that Steve told him that he was going to do something like that? That's, I mean, honestly, it would have solved some problems, in hindsight. But dude, is he getting that crazy? Thinking that he can take on a prison? That's crazy. I want to go do this little time. And come home. I already know my release date, which February 28th. I'm guessing that's 2018 because it should have been 2018. But with Halfway House, I could be home midsummer 2018. Halfway House. I don't know much about the prison system, man, but why are you living in a halfway house? I thought you had to be a drug user for that. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe that explains his crappy writing. This guy could be perma-fried, alcoholic or something. Who knows? So, buddy, please don't do nothing and wait till we can talk. Don't hurt anyone. It took me a long time, but I finally figure it out. You plan to go on a shooting or killing? Why are you narrating this? Like, why are you writing this out? I don't understand. But go on a shooting or killing spree. But I am warning you, the police will kill you. Uh, Tell me what you plan to do so we can discuss it. Maybe I can, explain things, or maybe I can fix the problem. Please. It writes right to the end of the page every time, man. That's crazy. It doesn't that's weird. So, this sounds like, and this is I guess this is June 3rd. All I can make out of that is it's probably June 03. It looks like he's having discussions with Paddock. Paddock's kind of telling him what he's going to do. He's saying, I'm going to do something at a concert, sort of blasting at a concert. And this guy's trying to get it out of him, but that's awkward, man. It's awkward. When your friend starts talking crazy like that, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a different kind of person. I've had friends talk crazy like this too before. And, general manager say, shut the fuck up. I'll fucking, you ain't going to make it to that concert. Keep talking that way. But, they usually shut the fuck up. But this is weird. Anyways, hold on one second. Hey. All right. Sorry. Got some life going on in the background. But yeah, this is weird, man. Like, think about it. Like, what would you say to a friend who came up to you and said they're going to do something this fucked up? Personally, I don't believe it when people say stuff like that. I probably wouldn't. I don't usually hang out with that kind of person though that would do something stupid like that. But yeah, would you start asking them? Would you like going to a letter, write this dude a letter, or like who writes letters anyway? But even like write him an email or text him or something like that. Like, hey, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how's this gonna go down? Like, where's this at? Like, where's it gonna go? Fuck, man. That's I don't know. That's weird. That's just a weird thing to be asking somebody, especially somebody you're claiming to be your friend. That's weird, man. It's weird. I mean, I'm glad he did. This is context. I'm glad this guy's kind of a psychopath and really trying to dig into this, but it's weird. Um, June 10th. Okay, so June 10th, he should be in prison. Should be in prison at this point. Uh, Jim Nixon, private investigator. Now he's a private investigator. So he's worked for a law firm, I guess, that, Paddock is chairman of the board, probably main investor of. And I guess we're getting context here that he considered himself a private investigator for that law firm. And something's weird about that, but I'm gonna have to check into that later. I may be tripping on that. I don't want to bring that up unless it's legit, and I can figure that one out. Stephen Paddock, Skeet, Nevada. Dear Steve, see, like, okay, they did this once before. He did the referencing the telephone call on the top of, and then he put the space there. So now this is prison, most likely. This he's writing from prison. So this I get that he put Stephen Paddock, Mesquite, Nevada, all that sort of stuff. But when he did the telephone call, that was a little bit different. So, or was it? I mean, I don't, I don't know. This guy's got a weird style of writing. But that there, I'm guessing that's for the prison guards and stuff to read. Um, saying who it's to. Let's see. So, dear Steve, hope this letter find you well and doing good. I am okay. Hope and pray everything in Mesquite, Nevada is going well, as things here in Mesquite, Texas is good. Let's see. Wait, is this a different year? Oh, 2014. That's why I'm tripping, dude. No, he ain't in jail. No, he's not in jail. Yeah, this is not from prison. Okay. Okay. So he's a private investigator in 2014, which I believe was the year of the first letter we have, which is where he was talking about the business, Louisiana Louisiana Attorney Services, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's the Louisiana Attorney Services. So this guy's working capacity of a private investigator for Louisiana Attorney Services. Now, this should be somewhat normal. I'm expecting to not see a lot of Paddock going crazy here. Hope this letter finds you well and doing good. The only thing is, Paddock supposedly told him that he, at least according to this guy's letters, that he shot a guy in 2012. So, or shot, I think killed somebody in 2012, and the family lives in Louisiana, I think. So, I don't know. Whether that person lived in Louisiana, whether it happened in Louisiana, I don't know, because he also says he shot a guy in Reno. And again, Steven could be just a blowhard. That could all be bullshit, but I don't know. So, dear Steve, hope this letter finds you well and doing good. I'm going to have some background noise here for a minute. I'm okay. Hope and pray everything in Mesquite, Nevada is going well, as things here, Mesquite, Texas is good. Steve, I enjoyed visiting with you last week when you were in Dallas. I am happy you want to know, and I think Mesquite was kind of close to Dallas. It was a little suburb outside of Dallas. I'm happy you wanted to know about military issues. And I was elated to share all my thoughts. And no six, what? Uh, knowledge. God, dude, it looks like he's writing no 16 DG6. It's like a password or something, but no, it's knowledge, as well as experience with you. I just hope you'll put it to good use. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? What does that really mean? Like, I'm showing you what it's like to be in the military. I hope you put it to good use, bro. What, he's gonna go fight in freaking, I guess, Iraq at the time. Let's see. You mentioned you wanted to get all this information, knowledge, for the new project of working with the Boy Scouts. Maybe I should have read forward before I said that. That's good, but why Boy Scout? Why would Boy Scout want to shoot fully automatic weapons? Woo. Okay, Mr. Paddock, calm down there. Calm down. Um, even this guy's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? So it sounds like Paddock is talking to this guy saying, yeah, I want to start working with the Boy Scouts. I want to be a troop leader. I want to work with children, which is creepy in context. But, but this guy's saying that Paddock said something to him, obviously, about, well, it sounds like, okay, so the way I see what that conversation probably went down was Paddock was saying, yeah, I want to learn about the Boy Scouts, want to learn this, want to learn that, blah, blah, blah. Do you have any survival skills you learned in the military? And they're talking and talking and talking, since the Boy Scout is kind of, does have some similarities to the military, survival and stuff. And but it sounds like Paddock was more interested. Hey, well, what about like fully automatic weapons? Like, how does that work? Like, how does, and the guy's probably, and now the guy's sitting here saying, wait, what? Wait, why were you asking about that, dude? You're teaching Boy Scouts, dude. You don't shoot guns in the Boy Scouts. Okay, that's how I'm picturing that conversation went down. But why would the Boy Scout want to shoot fully automatic weapons? So we're not sure that Paddock actually said, I want to teach Boy Scouts how to shoot fully automatic weapons. Someone told me about it. I didn't even read this until today. This is all new to me. Somebody told me about this, and it's like, what? But the way this is written, I mean, it could be a couple things, dude. I mean, Paddock could have straight told this dude, like, yeah, I want to teach these kids how to shoot weapons. Or it could have been Paddock saying, hey man, I want to teach Boy Scouts. Like, what'd you learn in the military? By the way, what's like this fully auto? How do I make weapons fully auto? Like, how do I shoot fully auto? How is it different than a regular gun? And all that sort of stuff. Started asking those questions. This guy, kind of took a mental break there and decided to ask him, like, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing, dude? But could ask him straight out. Could have said straight out that he wanted to do this, but I don't know. You should not teach them with fully automatic or even semi-automatic. You should train them, for, I guess that was supposed to be for, small handgun or shotgun, but that your call. Would that be why Stephen Paddock has so many small handguns and shotguns? I mean, he does. He had a shit ton of those in Reno. In Reno, 2014. Did Paddock own? I mean, I have to go back and look, but did Paddock own the Mesquite House yet, or was he still living out of that place in Reno at this time? Because I think most of the handguns and shotguns, there were some found in Mesquite, but there were a lot found in Reno. That's all they found in Reno. There were no rifles, to my knowledge, in Reno at all, or in Reno. It was all shotguns, handguns, stuff like that. Let's see, but that's your call. No, actually, it's not. It's the call of the parents who are going to send their kids to this psychopath to learn weird shit. Let's see, but that's your call, Steve. Since we've known, you can't read. Something about some tell you something about me. I am a convicted felon. I'm on probation and can't leave the state. Okay, so this guy was he was on probation 2014. So we can say that his first run in the prison was before 2014. Uh, I'm a convicted felon and I am on probation and can't leave the state of Texas or travel now. Oh shit. I can't purchase, own, or deal with any type of guns or weapons. So I will not be of any help to you in that respect. But as you stated, Dr. Stephen Miller will send 45,000 plus 15,000 that you want in cash to you. What are you going to do as far as the $60,000 goes? When Dr. Miller send the money in, I will get the cash ready for you. I can have it in cash for you uh, on your arrival, July 30th, 2014. But as I said, I can't come to Nevada. I believe the investment will be in order just as long as it is all on the up and up, and Miller money is clean. Let's see. I really don't trust Dr. Miller because I believe he is hiding the money from the IRS, and I don't want any problems with the government. They set me up once of bogus evidence and lying nine witnesses. I just served 17.7 years. See, I thought it was 2 years. It's 17. Fucking A. Damn, dude, 17 years, man. This guy was in for a while. Shit. So make sure Miller is legal. Also, I will do whatever I can to help you with your Boy Scout project, but nothing criminal or illegal. Wow. Okay. Like, what? What? I mean, that's a sentence I'd never thought I'd ever read or hear. I will do whatever I can to help you with your Boy Scout project, but nothing criminal or illegal. What? Like, what's going on here? I mean, I guess he could be using the Boy Scouts as a what do you call it? Nonprofit kind of thing or something. I don't know. I don't know what would be illegal about Boy Scouts. Oh, now back to the guns. I think you should call ATF to request clearance on them. What the fuck was this guy trying to get? What was he trying to get? Like, this is all the way back to 2014. So this would explain, I guess these letters would explain why they were claiming that this guy had been planning this for a long time. You know, because this looks like the early stages of that. Possibly. But maybe, I mean, does that add legitimacy to these letters in the eyes of the FBI and the LVMPD? Um, to say that he was planning this out for a long time. Is this the beginning of that planning out? I don't know. But if you want to be legal, just file as a gun collector. Okay. So at this point, it sounds like either, which I mean, the way this guy writes, dude, this guy writes the obvious, right? I'm going to prison 2 days. I'm going to prison 1 day. I told you I'm going to prison in a couple days. I told you I'm going to prison. So it's possible that, and tell Paddock thinks, Paddock already knows about himself. You've been collecting guns since this day. And I just want to know you're okay. It's like, yeah, he already knows that shit, dude. But, so this guy does write in the obvious, just to write letters, I guess. But if you want to be legal, just file a gun as a gun collector. So is whether Paddock had that knowledge of the gun collector thing, which that's how you get like guns that are not normally legal in states. But whether Paddock had that knowledge already or didn't have that knowledge, I don't know. But he didn't do it. I don't think. I don't think he did it because if Paddock would have been a gun collector, I mean, he could have basically had anything. at that point, I believe if you put yourself down as a gun collector, I think you can have fully automatic weapons and stuff like that legally in most states. Oh, background noise. Love me some background noise. Okay, you asked me for information on how far a what certain gun will travel well from my hunting on the farm and my Vietnam experience. Okay, so yeah, I remember someone saying this guy's a Vietnam vet. There it is. Um, I would say 1,500 yards or feet to be safe in some instance. Depends on the weapon. Okay, 1,500 yards. Damn. Um, why did you want to know if there was a high rise hotel or building near Dodge Stadium? So Dodger Stadium. I really don't know. When I am out that way, I will check for you. This guy doesn't live in LA, dude. This guy's in Texas. What the fuck? So yeah, are we looking at another target there? Dodger Stadium, possibly. Possibly. I don't know. You were so concerned and interested in music concerts at age 63. You're an old man. You don't belong there. Okay, whatever, dude. I don't. Too many 63-year-old got concerts these days. I'm guessing go to concerts. Got concerts these days. Your Mary Lou must got some rent. Some. It looks like rent steam to let off. Um, it's probably pent up or something like that. But um, okay, so he is with Mary Lou at this point. You seem to taking a fancy to musicals lately. Musicals or concerts? Are we talking about like musicals? Did he talk to him about musicals, or are we talking about concerts here, man? Like what's going on? Not really sure. The way this guy writes, that statement there could have been like you're asking about like a lot of concerts, not musicals. This guy could be mistaking musicals for concerts, which there is a difference, but I don't know. And this guy said there might not be. This is an old man writing really badly. By the way, I received the info from New York a couple days ago. I would like to know what you are planning, so hit me back soon. Oh, what's going on in New York? What are we doing in New York? Okay, so when is this? This was June 10th, I believe, of 2014. Yeah, that was June 10th, 2014. So, okay. So 3 years, pretty close to 3 years before his arrest, his rearrest. Um, and so we got August of 2014. So a couple months after that, Mr. Jim Nixon, private investigation. Again, he's calling himself private investigator. Stephen Pettick. Paddock. Okay. Dear Steve, I don't know why this guy like makes so many mistakes. It's weird, man. Like, what did he originally try to write there? I see a B and an S. Um, okay. Anyway, dear Steve, hope all's well. I enjoy speaking with you today. I am sorry I don't have any news for you yet, but I will keep digging. Steve, you want to know how many men I killed in the Vietnam War? I don't really like talk about it because it makes me sad and nightmares come. But to tell you, I killed a lot, maybe about 58, as I saw a uh, 10. I'm guessing I saw a lot fall anyhow. I don't want to kill any other human if I can help it. I thought you were in accounting, not practicing to wage war from the way you sound. Okay, so 2014. 2014. August 3rd, 2014. We're already seeing some, again, it's all based on legitimacy of this, but we're already seeing some mental issues within Stephen Paddock, talking some crazy stuff to this dude. So, yeah, that's a little nutty. So we're already seeing the madness creep in. Wow, this is crazy. I thought you were in accounting, not practicing wage war from the way you sound. But maybe you should come to Virginia and I think that's Virginia, dude. That looks like a VA to me. But this guy's in Mesquite. Um, and so and C, uh, my, I guess, main doctor. I don't know. I don't know what's up with the little emojis, dude. The written out emojis. Oh my god, that's cringe. That's so cringe. Old buddy, you need to seek professional help before you go off the deep end. Too late for that. Wire so it's cut off. That's cut off. Steve, what the fuck they did to you? Call me. Let's talk. I know Robert Redford, and must say I never met him. Okay, why are we talking about Robert Redford? But what he did to you? What? What the fuck was he gonna do to Robert Redford? What was Robert Redford doing in 2000? I'm looking, dude. I'm looking. I'm just doing a stupid search, man. Robert Redford, 2014. I mean, there's images for him. American filmmaker. Let's see, what did he do in 2014? If anything. Let's see. Early life, don't care. Theater, Robert's career, okay. It's 1960s, 60s. No, I don't want 60s, guys. 72, don't care. 77. Okay, 2000s. We're looking for, of course, is Wikipedia, which is a great source of information. Just very facetious. Sarcastic. Okay, so Robert Redford appeared in 2011 documentary Buck. Let's see, The Horse Whisperer in 2012. Redford directed The Company You Keep, in which he starred as a former Weather Underground activist who goes on the run after a journalist discovers his identity. In 2013, he starred in All's Lost, directed by J.C. Chandler, about a man lost at sea. Received acclaim for his performance in the film, in which he is its only cast member, and there's almost no dialogue. Redford was nominated for Golden Globe, his first Best Actor nomination for Golden Globe, and won the New York Film Critics Circle Award for Best Actor, or whatever that means. His first time acting honor. Yeah, okay. In April 2014, Redford played as main antagonist of the Marvel Studios superhero film Captain America Winter Soldier. Alexander Pierce, the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and leader of the Hydra cell operating the Triskelion. Redford was co-producer and with Emma Thompson, Nick Nolte. So this is about the time frame. Co-star of the 2015 Broad Greens films A Walk in the Woods. So he was this is weird, man. This is weird. I mean, fuck me. Do I really have to go nerd on this shit? April 2014. So this is about that time frame, right? April. When were these letters written? These letters were written in June, right? August. April, May, June, July, August. So three months later, he was in this Captain Marvel thing, but he was a Red Skull, right? Is he Red Skull? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. But like Fuck me. That Captain America movie was about Captain America fighting the Nazis. And there's like later talk about Hitler and shit like that. So, I mean, we're setting up a thing for Paddock liking evil people that are akin to Hitler. Um, that's all I can make out of that. Robert Redford. Um, but what he did to you. So he wanted to do something to Robert Redford. That's bizarre. Again, I don't know. It was Robert Redford in a play or something at the time. A lot of these actors acting. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not going to look that up right now. But it looks like he wanted to do something to Robert Redford. Okay, so now we're targeting celebrities, right? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Like, again, this is all based off legitimacy. There's a dude writing letters to a dude. There's a dude hearing conversation from a dude, writing letters about that conversation from that dude. Is he misinterpreting conversations? Is he interpreting those conversations correctly? Who knows? Who knows? And if he is interpreting them correctly, is he writing it correctly? Because this is a mess. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But I mean, based off that statement, I would say we're looking at Paddock is now going from, well, fuck the concerts, I'm going to go after celebrities. That's what that might seem like. I mean, who knows? I mean, did Robert Redford maybe throw out a pitch at one of the Red Sox games? I don't know. Let's see, but what he did to you from your conversation, but it seems like from this, just that statement, what he did to you, it looks like Paddock's, going after Robert Redford at this point, or he's planning on going after Robert Redford at this point. It just gets creepier and creepier. And we're back in 2014 too. We're not even in, Jesus, man. This guy had some deficiencies. Let's see. From your conversation, you seem to like you just got better all of a sudden. You seem to like I'm guessing you seem to be like you just got better. I don't know. Seems like you just got bitter all of a sudden. Okay, so if that's the case, I mean, again, if we're going to take this face value, 2014, something happened. Paddock got pissed. Paddock started getting fucking angry. So I was originally of the impression, reading the first half of these letters, that Paddock was getting upset because this dude was going to jail. My friend's going to jail. This is bullshit. The system fucked him over and, stuff like that. But now it sounded like it had nothing to do with this guy. We're losing that, losing that completely. So this is something that has to do with Paddock on a personal level. The IRS Treasury Department was who he's mad at, according to this guy. So the IRS was doing something to Stephen Paddock that he was not happy about, and the Treasury Department. So I don't know. I'll see what I can dig up on that. Like if there's any new laws that came out in 2014 as far as stuff like that happening, as far as the IRS and tax codes, stuff like that. I believe, Trump was on office, so we're still working under Obama. I'm not sure what the tax. I mean, I don't remember that far back, so I don't know what the taxes. What kind of tax increases or whatever Obama did. I think he did one, though. I figure out what's in that. Maybe that'll tell us why he's upset and why they're going after him all of a sudden. Let's see. Then you sound like a man who just come into a whole lot of weapons. Anytime you want to talk, please call me night or days. When I say you a few days ago, 4 days ago, when I say, I'm guessing it's supposed to be saw you a few days ago, you look as if you did not sleep for weeks. So I'm wondering if this guy writes drunk, because there's something wrong with the way this guy writes. Or maybe he's just maybe he just never really learned to write right. Maybe he's dyslexic. Maybe he's got some severe dyslexia. Who knows? Um, did not sleep for weeks. Okay, so Paddock's looking pretty rough. This is what, August of 2014. Okay, try to remember that. Probably won't, but I'm trying to. I'm glad you made it back home safe. Where did you go? Where did you go, Paddock? We did not discuss the additional funds you still owe my company. Uh, you man, your man in Canada said he would send a check, which I have not received. He's got a guy in Canada, huh? I am looking forward to recovering that. Hello, 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 hello. I am looking forward to recovering that 175,000. Also, I sure would like to know what you are planning, and tell me why would you uh, need an escape plan? What the fuck, dude? Damn. So 2014, 2014. So this is crazy. I mean, this is it's like is Paddock like confiding completely in this guy? Like this guy knows everything Paddock's doing. It seems, and he knows the entire rundown of everything. That's crazy. That's weird. Um, I mean, these guys had to be really, really, really close, extremely close. You know, I mean, I remember originally I thought like, maybe Paddock was like secretly, gay, which there's nothing wrong with that, and you know, that this was like kind of a thing, he was going through at this time, but no, I'm not getting that vibe no more. I was getting that vibe in the first couple letters just because of the way this guy talks. This guy really seems to care about Paddock in a serious way. But I'm not getting that vibe anymore. I'm really not. You said in 3 years you would be ready, and that your plan would show up in Nevada, California, Illinois, Texas, New York, and other cities. What do you mean? I want to speak to you. So, wow. So, when did he say this? You said in 3 years. Okay, so this is some sort of phone call conversation, I'm guessing. You would be ready. Why 3 years? Like, why did it take you 3 years to plan that out? That's strange. Um, but that's a little crazy, right? It's a little crazy. Um, Nevada. I mean, there it is. That your plan would show. I mean, that's it written out completely. Why you need an escape plan? I mean, he's looking at an escape plan. You said in 3 years you'd be ready, which I mean, that's pretty much it. Um, that's what happened. So this had nothing to do with this guy going back to prison. Obviously, this was planned out before that, or at least it was thought of before. It was an idea before that. Nevada, California, Illinois. So was he already planning Lollapalooza at this point? Uh, the Harvest Festival, was that a thing? I don't think that was a thing in 2014. I don't think. I think it was only a couple years, right? Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm reading now, man. I'm tripping on this, man. You're right. It looks like you planned this for a hell of a long time. Um, I was always under the impression, man, this guy planned it out in like 6 months, but it looks like we're going 3 years back. But like, okay, so Nevada, right? We know what happened there. And Nevada is there's all kinds of stuff going on there. There's all kinds of concerts and stuff like that. Um, I'm guessing I don't remember when they started using that festival grounds because I know that wasn't always a thing, but I don't know when that actually became a thing. I forget what that was before that became the festival grounds. Probably a parking lot. I don't know, or a hotel or something. strip mall. I don't know. California. Okay, so shit. Maybe he was actually planning the Santa Monica Pier thing. Um, but that's crazy, dude. If you're gonna go, uh, start putting shots downrange on the pier right next to where your girlfriend's daughter lives, that's fucking nutty. Illinois. All right, so Lollapalooza. That had been going on for a very long time at that point. Texas. I don't think we saw anything in Texas that he was looking at doing. New York and other cities. New York, I don't know. I don't know what he was planning in New York, um, because we don't have any further context on that. So it looks like he narrowed his list down to the first three. That's what it seems like on this. Oh my God. Whew. So 2014, we're already seeing Paddock deteriorate and Paddock talking about doing what he did in 2017. That's something. This guy could have stopped all of that. You know, this dude right here could have stopped it all. But I mean, it sounds like so. What's going on here, right? What's going on here? Is he, the fact that we have such varied dates on this, and they span 3 years. I'm gonna say that he was his friend. That this guy was legit his friend. That's why he didn't rat on him. He didn't say nothing. He was Paddock's friend, and he was just hoping that Paddock was just talking shit, and that what's gonna happen. Um, I'm gonna say that because originally I'm looking at this as this guy's dropping a dime on Paddock, man. He's trying to get it in writing. You're going to do something stupid. I want it in writing. I'm going to prison, man. Hey, guess what, man? I'm going to drop a dime on your ass and I'm going to get myself out of prison. You're going to go into jail for life. So it'll take somebody for life over some, bullshit tax evasion stuff. But that's not what this sounds like now, dude, because this is 2014 and he's already asking these questions. And he's asking them in the same manner that he was asking in 2017, right? So it doesn't sound like he's dropping a dime. It sounds like he's actually asking his friend, like, are you okay? To me, that's what this looks like to me. So March 2nd, 17. So he didn't go into jail till June of 2017, June 5th. I do hope you're doing well and doing good. I am okay. You remember I go to court Monday, 3/13. Okay, so he went to court March 13th. And then he ended up in prison June 5th for sentence. And I pray the judge will allow me to go home and not send me to prison. It is dumb what they and so 2014. He wasn't looking at this court stuff, right? So this court stuff happened in 2017. And I doubt it took 3 years to go through to take a white collar or a parole violation through the process. So 2014, Paddock acting crazy had nothing to do with this guy going to prison, as far as I'm concerned. So my original thought of when I read the first 13 pages was wrong. Let's see. I do hope you are well and doing good. I am okay. You remember I go to court Monday for sentence, and I pray the judge will allow me to go home and not send me to prison. It is dumb what they actually charged me with, and the stupid probation office lied his ass off. But to tell you the truth, I am hoping that he will allow me about 6 months to get my medical affairs in order. By the way, I received all your information, and I have it in the files. I have not heard from my, I don't know, Raven or Mr. Hawkins, Ravim, I don't know, or Mr. Ravim or Mr. Hawkins. Okay, Steve, you sound like you are planning something big and secret, but from your conversation, you must going on a hunting trip with all those guns you're stockpiling. All right, so I by the way, I have received all your information and I have it in the files. Okay. Not sure what that infers or is I'm not sure what that what that's talking about. But it's probably something just with the business. I've not heard from my Mr. Whatever, Mr. Hawkins. Again, I could probably scroll up and find out who those guys are. They're probably part of their company, but not sure. So don't have a lot of context there. Steve, you sound like you're planning on something big and secret. Okay. I mean, what does a person have to say to you, on the phone to for you to sit there and sniff out that something's going on in this person's head? I guess all the talk about the like I said, I don't know about the timeline here. I think it's definitely after the Boy Scout thing because I think that was on 2014. But we don't have any other context any shorter or any closer to this date to say something big and secret, unless it's down below on this. But yeah, what is he saying to this guy? Just to set off that alarm bell in his head. But from your conversation, you must be going on a hunting trip with all those guns you are stockpiling. Now, is this guy coping? Because it sounds like this guy knows something crazy is about to happen. This guy's about to do something really fucked up and stupid. Something big and secret. But from your conversation, you must be going on a hunting trip with all those guns. Right? So he's talking about guns, taking all my guns here, taking all my guns there, moving my guns around. I don't know. Who knows what he's saying? But is this guy just coping by saying you must be going on a hunting trip? I don't know. I hope you're not going to do anything stupid like make the news or kill yourself. You've been buying weapons like you were a 4-star general who is about to start a war. Okay. All right. Stupid make me news. So this is, obviously this is all out of sequence here because later he talks about, what do you mean you're going to be in the news? And I think that was all letters written in, I believe, June. I believe that was coming up on this guy's court date. So now we're in March. So we're going back in time. Let's see, Steve. Why are you wanting to know about upcoming shows or festivals? What would make you want to go to all these shows or festivals around the nation? I can get a list of all the movies we are working on, and it's funding as you requested. Movies? Huh. Interesting. So this guy works in the movie industry? It's funding as you requested, but it is personal, and most of the sets will be closed to the public. About your request for all nation festivals or musics, you can Google them for yourself. Of course, I can check on getting you some tickets for you and your girlfriend if you will tell me which one you want to attend. I don't know if I can get you stage tickets, but I will try. Just send me your receipt or your credit card or checking account number or debit card number and explanation and expiration date, and I will have the girl get them for you. I am absolutely positive that I can get the tickets in all the cities you requested, as well as room higher up in the hotels. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, dude, dude. We can in many instances request upper rooms. Steve, something I want to discuss with you post rent. Uh, the rent on the office is past due about 15 grand, dude. What the fuck? And that damn landlord has been cheating me for over 3 years. Or is it cheating or chasing? It looks like cheating. Um, what are we going to do about it? The last money you send or the people from overseas was many chargebacks. Oh shit. You send to the people from overseas. The last money you send or the people from overseas, does he mean from the people overseas um or the people from overseas was many chargebacks? What does that mean? The last money you send or the people from overseas. So people overseas are sending in money to this company. Um, was many chargebacks, and they're bouncing. Things are bouncing, and the date is March of 2017. March 2017. Okay. For some reason, it seems like that's huge, but fuck, can't put my mind around it right now. Like he's getting money from overseas, and then people are losing confidence in him. Is that what's going on here? People are giving up on his ass, and these checks are bouncing. These checks are bouncing. His people overseas aren't coming through. That's weird. It was around 37. Um, we will be waiting 37, dude. 37 investors. 37 chargebacks. Let's put it that way. 37 chargebacks is what this sounds like. If we're going to take this verbatim, I guess. 37 chargebacks. So not necessarily 37 investors, but I don't know. It sounds like a lot of them. We will be waiting to see what happens. I will let you know what happened in court on 313. So keep praying for me. And remember, your secrets are safe with me. What? What the fuck? Somebody's got to change their channel name, man. Okay. Anyway. But I do strongly recommend, as your friend, that you seek some mental help. I'm not saying you crazy or nothing like that. So don't jump the gun. I am getting help mental at the VA hospital. So VA might be okay. Veterans Associate. Okay. You have a lot on your mind. That what the CIA did to you and all. What? 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 Holy shit! What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? What is going on here? What am I reading? Oh my god. Dude. Oh my god. Okay, so what the CIA did to you and all. So Paddock's not happy with the government. Paddock is not happy with the government. He doesn't like the IRS. He doesn't like CIA. He doesn't like what is it? The Treasury Department. What is going on here? I'm like getting that like burn notice feeling here, man. It's kind of crazy. If any of you haven't watched that, man, that's a good show. But I don't believe for 1 minute that CIA plant any such chip in your brain. What? What the fuck? Oh my god. What was that guy's name? Charles. What was his name, man? The old channel used to be around. Charles. Hey man. Looks like you had something going there when you're talking about the crazy Manchurian candidate mind control stuff. Because Paddock believed it too. Oh my god. Oh my God, what the fuck? I don't believe for 1 minute that CIA plant any chip in your brain. Yeah, neither do I, bro. Neither do I. We're in agreement there. Maybe you're not as crazy as I thought you were. Stop talking that, or you may soon start believing that yourself. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wow. 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 Okay. So Paddock's losing it. He's just lost it. He's just a whack job at this point. If this is legit and this guy's not taking shit out of context, this guy's understanding what Paddock is saying. They're that good of friends where he can really understand what Paddock's saying. Paddock is losing his freaking mind already. And this is March of that year. My God. I want you to listen to me and listen good. No one is following you and no one is monitoring you. Jesus, dude, this is crazy. You are my friend. Have a stress attack. I do believe you are my friend. I believe you, my friend, should go see a psychology, go see a psychology or some mental help person. I can help you. I can help you if you don't tell me more. Um, I can't help you if you don't tell me more. From your last conversation with me, make me feel like you're about to do something big and you could be famous one day. I know you hold a lot of secrets and you have the contract with CIA to do as you please. Contract? What did you mean when told me you will be on television in a big event before Christmas? I'm waiting to see you on TV. No, you're not. Also, you may do the commercials and or become the spokesperson. I show wish we will be able to get our company up and running good. I'm closing. Why don't you call the CIA and get them to help you? Can you retire and can you go back? Can you retire and can you go back? Can you retire and can you go back? What are we saying here? What will happen to you if you go to the media? Tell your story. I want your reply. Oh, fuck. Well, I have no idea what this letter is about. I have not kept up with your channel. Who wrote this letter? Okay, so what this is this is all based on Las Vegas shooting. That's pretty much what I do on this channel. I mean, that's really the only reason I'm here on YouTube, for the most part. Las Vegas shooting, 2017. Um, what these letters are these letters are from a person um, who I guess was a friend of the shooter to the actual shooter himself. Um, so just to run through it in my own head, these letters were found supposedly. The story goes these letters were found in Mesquite, Texas, in a office building that the shooter Stephen Paddock owned at one time. New residents took over, new people bought it out. Uh, then those, these documents, letters, whatever, all this stuff, this box of stuff ended up in the hands of somebody else. Um, they had, nothing to do with him. After the shooting, these people sent these letters to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, I guess, and became part of the investigation. These letters are just getting released now because media companies are starting to investigate into this a little further. Um, yeah, they're very suspect. They're very suspect, but the problem is reading through this whole thing. Taking one out of context. I mean, putting them all into context is kind of crazy. Taking one out of context, like just this one in itself, kind of tells a different story than when you put them all into, all into a group them all together and read through all of them. But this closing line here is insane. I mean, this is just insane. This last paragraph. Um, we had something up top saying that Paddock supposedly somebody talking to another person saying Paddock worked for the CIA for 15 years. Okay. But here we got this. Can you retire? Well, if you can retire, then why do you have to go back? Like if it says, can you retire and can you go back? It sounds like he already retired. It sounds like he already retired. And it sounds like they did him dirty, at least in Paddock's eyes, right? Paddock, at this point in this conversation, is going insane. Paddock thinks, and I mean, like, if we're talking about, let's see, he's talking about how the CIA did something to him. Where I forget where it was. The contract with the CIA to do as you please. I don't know what that means. I know you hold a lot of secrets, and you have the contract with the CIA to do as you please. What does that mean? I have no clue. I have no clue. He has some sort of contract with the CIA. That's strange. Let's see. So, forensic examination would be needed to complete any kind of true identification of these letters. Someone would need to document the paper and such to see how old it is. Yeah, I agree. But, thing is, the thing with this is they have this guy, I believe, on the Las Vegas Review Journal. See if I can find it. Wow, this is playing in my ear. Ad here. Okay. Let me see if I got the right one here. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, so here, let's play this real quick. So we can hear this guy's voice. I mean, I assume this is the guy's voice. All right, so let's go back into this and listen to what I'm guessing is Mr. Nixon talking.
Joining us on 7 at 7. Newly released letters suggest gunman Stephen Paddock had discussed his plans with an ex-convict before the Route 91 Harvest Festival mass shooting in 2017. And that leaves our top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. That man in the letters that foretold the massacre tells us what kind of relationship he had with Paddock at the time.
Well, I know him personally. We wasn't pen pal writing letters or nothing, but we was, I would see him. He spend nights in my home.
So we're not pen pals. That's what this looks like. But this is supposedly the guy who, at least we're assuming, that this is they don't actually say his name on there, I don't think, but we're assuming that that's the guy who wrote these letters.
Las Vegas Metro Police released 10 letters late Thursday to the Review Journal. Jim Nixon urges Paddock not to shoot or kill innocent people. The letter also mentions Nixon had been to prison. He tells us he served time for tax fraud, that I feel bad I couldn't have stopped him, and I didn't know he was going to do what he did.
Yeah, I didn't want to see him go hurt himself or nobody else.
The 10 handwritten letters were found in an office building in Mesquite and sent over to the Metropolitan Police Department in November 2017, and then ultimately forwarded to the FBI in early December 2017. The FBI redacted all the information about what they gleaned from these letters, but the Metropolitan Police Department released the unredacted version.
Paddock fatally shot 60 concert goers before taking his own life. And the civil...
All right, so that's all of it. Then it goes into a completely unrelated story, but yeah, that's what we're looking at here. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the letters that Michelle got from the the Las Vegas Review Journal. And so that's what's happening here. That's these are the letters that this guy wrote, and they did contact the guy. So, what I would say is, at the very least, this guy admits that these are his letters, that he wrote these letters. So, this is him doing that. So we got, I could say that the Review Journal probably did their due diligence, got the right person on the phone, and had that guy corroborate what had happened. He also said that he went to jail for tax fraud, which must have been part of a private conversation they had, because I don't see that actually on here. We get a lot of stuff on here. I mean, he does say that it had something to do with him not claiming some truck that he bought on his taxes or something like that, not filling out a form or something. And so he went back to jail because he's on parole at the time for some other white collar stuff that he did 17 years for. But, I mean, this thing goes off the rails in so many directions. And I don't know. I'm actually all over the place on this one. Harry looks like someone who is either purposely trying to conceal their handwriting or look like a complete idiot. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go there. This is an old man, dude. This is a 73-year-old man. You heard he talked kind of broken, a little broken there. He's a Vietnam vet, supposedly, from the Marine Corps. If this guy has, dyslexia, if this guy has a very limited education, because, I mean, he did go to Vietnam. We don't know whether he even graduated high school or not. He's a private investigator. So, I don't know what goes into that and what state he did that in and all that sort of stuff. So, and he's just a private investigator. He could be just a private investigator in name only, really, because, he worked. It sounds like Paddock was investing in these things called, attorney services. Louisiana Attorney Services and American Attorney Services were two LLCs that Paddock was running with this guy. Sounds like this guy was basically maintaining the building and the expenses. Simple stuff, paying rent, possibly paying people. I don't know. But it sounds like he was collecting checks, paying the rent, depositing checks, all that sort of stuff. That's what it sounds like. Well, even a 68-year-old, I mean, that's an old man, dude. He's been through some shit, been through the war. I don't know. It seems like he's married, because up at the top we do have the name of a female who has a Rita L. Nixon as president. She was even above him. He's vice president. I mean, honestly, she could have been the one doing all the finances and stuff. He could be, fried in the brain. This Jim Nixon. Who knows? I know a lot of Vietnam vets, man, and some of them aren't in very good shape. But, I just don't know this person. Not necessarily, dude. So if he was a private investigator, he would know better than to put such incriminating evidence down in a handwritten letter. I don't know what kind of private investigator this guy was, right? I'm actually kind of doubting he was. At this point, I'm thinking that was just a title that was given to him. I don't know. Because he doesn't talk about any sort of private investigating. It sounds like this dude, at the end there, he's talking about working for the movie studios. Sounds like he was working for the movie studios. Maybe, as simple as he could have just been a military liaison to, movie studios doing military films. No, I'm not saying he's dumb because he's old. I'm just saying that, he is an older dude. I'm just trying to paint a picture of this guy, dude. He's an older dude. I don't know what, is physically wrong with him, mentally wrong with him. I have no idea. There's all kinds of things that could lead to somebody writing poorly, making all these mistakes. The only thing I can think of, like offhand, is dyslexia, like severe dyslexia. Because some of the words, some of the grammar is actually bad. It's not just bad writing, it's bad grammar as well. He doesn't spell words properly. He spells words wrong. Stuff like that. So yeah, that's, to me, that's possible. Is he writing all this in the dark? It's just weird. It is strange, though. It is strange. It is very, very, very strange. But to me, it's just like, I'm trying not to look at the bad, crappy writing, the shit writing. I'm trying to look at what he's actually saying and what's actually being said here. The picture we're painting with all this. And I mean, we're talking about an office building. And this writing is someone completely unrelated. It's somebody different. It's related, but it's somebody different. But this person even writes, I think, had some spelling errors on this. Let's see. In other words, I have nothing but good to say about Steve. I realize you've only known Steve for about 3 to 5 years in personal manner, but professionally, you will be impressed. Steve talks a lot about CIA days, but he's a good person. So, run on sentences, is very professional, not to mention honest, 15 years CIA. He is funny and will keep you happy as long. Okay, so he writes a little bit better. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's not much there as far as bad spelling. What's up, Nick? Finally got through this. Being involved with someone who is 100% together. I don't know. I think we all have that weird ass friend. We just don't all have weird ass friends that turn into mass murderers, but we all have that strange person that's around us. Anyway, so so let me get back down to the bottom, dude, because we had something that was kind of interesting down there. He said they owed, I believe it was $35,000. So 35 grand. All the checks are bouncing. The landlord wants 35,000. Let me see if I can find it. Remember where exactly that was. But I believe it was 35,000. I don't know, 15,000. Okay, 15,000. The rent on the office passed to about 15 grand. Yeah, we don't all have friends in the CIA. That's for damn sure. That's bizarre. But we do have the backstory on this. They gave us the backstory of why, how these people met, and all that. Which I'm guessing the reason those were put in this this thing of 10 letters is because that explains, it's all related. So I'm guessing this all came from the same file, probably under this dude's name. So, somehow the review journal found out, what this dude's name was or something of that nature, and went after the LVMPD, said, we want everything related to this guy. You ended up with this guy. You ended up with that one page that was not related to him. or that wasn't written by him. It was written to him from someone else. And somehow that got into the hands of the police department. It may have even been in a different box. It may not even have. I've been thinking about this because it drives me nuts. Here we have all this information. 10 pages of garbage, 10 letters, let's say. One letter is written by another dude to this person, this Nixon guy. The rest of these letters are all written by this Nixon guy, apparently to Stephen Paddock. But that one letter's not. So that's a little bit of a strange thing, right? It's an anomaly within all this. I'm wondering if, possibly this all came from one file. This came from the Nixon file that they had on this guy. And when the Review Journal asked for this information, they threw that in because that was part of the file. And they just gave him the file completely. I don't know that to be true, but that's what I'm guessing happened as far as that goes. Again, it'd be interesting to actually go through and I think LVSA is going to work on some of this because he's a spreadsheet guy. I'm not. Spreadsheets are like Japanese to me. I don't understand them. But it'd be interesting to go through and look at all of Paddock's because it's just one property. There's just one office building that Paddock owned. Paddock owned a shit ton of stuff. He was running around throwing money into all kinds of things, investing in all kinds of stuff, obviously. And this is just Central Park Apartments actually, it's not even Central Park Apartments. This is just some office building that this guy was working out of for his attorney LLC thing that he invested in, which he had multiple investors. It wasn't just him. But he had Central Park Apartments, which I think is where this was actually found. In Mesquite, Texas, he had, obviously property in Mesquite, Nevada, Reno, Nevada. He had all kinds of properties throughout California. He had property in Florida. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff there. But a couple things came out of this, if you want to see if this is semi-legit, I guess. This guy claims that Paddock shot somebody in 2012. And it's hard to say where it actually was because he says something about the person's family in Louisiana. So you're assuming they shot somebody in Louisiana or killed somebody in Louisiana. Whether that's true or not, whether this guy's, whether Paddock lied about that or whether this guy is misheard it or something, who knows. But if that's legit and Paddock did actually, murder somebody. 2012. That means in 2012, there's either a missing person or an unsolved murder out there that could probably, look up, see if you can find anything on that. He also says he shot somebody in Reno. So I'm not sure if he shot a guy in Reno who was from Louisiana or what, or if that's a different instance, right? Because he doesn't say he killed him. He just says he shot somebody in Reno. And he asks if that's true. So, there should be a person that was shot in Reno. And I don't know if he gave the same date on that. I don't think he gave a date on that. So it's a 2012 incident. Did he shoot somebody in Reno that lived in Louisiana and kill that person? Or did he shoot somebody in Louisiana in 2012? I don't know. And then the Reno incident is completely unrelated. We don't have a date on it. I don't know if those are actually related or not, or if this guy shot multiple people before this event. But, it's creepy because at the end here, man, I mean, you see Paddock going nuts, dude, going just insane. He stopped paying his rent, $15,000 was past due in this apartment or in this place. And at the beginning of this, he said that the rent on this place was $1,600 a month, dude. So he's way behind. He's way behind on this. He hasn't paid rent in like a year on this place. That's crazy. That's pretty insane. But we see like a extreme mental decline. Like if this is like legit, we see an extreme mental decline in this guy. So this stuff about the CIA here, that's the bottom. Stuff about CIA here. See, the problem is, in closing, why don't you call the CIA and get them to help you? Can you retire and can you go back? Well, I mean, if you're, I don't understand that sentence because like he's not with the CIA because you're saying, can you go back? So obviously Paddock's not with the CIA at this point. But he's asking, can you retire? Well, he's not with them. I don't, that statement makes no sense unless he's just kind of on leave or, just, something of that nature. Not sure because I just don't know. I don't know. And if that's the case, like, the guy above said 15 years, he's known Paddock Paddock was with CIA for 15 years. Was he still with the CIA at this point? In some capacity, but like basically, on leave? I don't know. And we have all this stuff. You have a lot on your mind, what the CIA did to you and all. What did the CIA do to you? What did the CIA do to you? But we do have a little bit of context here that I guess we could add to that. But I don't believe for 1 minute CIA plant any such chip in your brain. So it doesn't. What the CIA did to him does not have to do with the chip in his brain. He says, but I don't believe, right? So he's adding this as an additional piece of information that is not related. Stop talking that, or you may soon start believing that yourself. But he does believe it, right? He probably does because he's telling you it. I want you to listen to me and listen good. No one is following you and no one is monitoring you. Okay, so is that what he thinks the CIA is doing? That they're monitoring him, following him? He's paranoid. He was paranoid. We saw the tape on all the cameras. He unplugged the phones, all that sort of stuff. We see a lot of paranoia in his actions. You are my friend. Have a stress attack. I do believe you are my friend. Should go see my friend should go see a psychologist on mental health. So from your last conversation with me, you feel like you're about to do something big and you could be famous one day. I know you hold a lot of secrets and you have the contract with CIA to do as you please. I don't know what that means. What did you mean when you told me you will be on television in a big event before Christmas? I'm waiting to see you on TV. No, you're not. Also, you may do the commercials and or become the spokesperson, right? So this guy's thinking, oh, you're going to be on television in some capacity like that, not what he did. So, we're looking at Paddock wanted to make a scene. He wanted to make a big, want to make a kind of a, I don't even know how to say it, man. Want to make himself notorious, I guess. I don't know. This is just really just a mess. Also, you may do the commercials and or become spokesperson. I sure wish we will be able to get our company up and running good. So the company's having problems. Obviously, I mean, they're behind in rent and stuff like that. So he's telling them ask CIA for help and stuff like that, which probably should have. A couple things. A lot of people said, like, why was, I heard a little bit of some other people's stuff that they were talking. Why was this not out there? Why was this not thrown out there? I heard when this was taken from the review journal, or when this was received from the review journal, because it wasn't taken. But when this was received from the review journal said that they at least I was told, they said they didn't want to push conspiracy theories any further. Okay, so to me, it's like, a lot of people are saying, well, this should have been in this should have been that, it should have been in the final report, it should have been blah, blah, blah. This does not look good on the CIA, the government. This pushes insanity, and this is absolutely insanity. You don't want to, a lot of people, well, I mean, I say his name all the time, right? So some people don't even want to say Stephen Paddock's name because they say, we don't want to give people, the credit for, doing dirty shit like this, or it just keeps happening. I think that's got a little bit to do with this. I think they didn't want this out there. This is ugly. They want to be able to tell you, hey, look, this is what happened. This dude went nuts. He shot a bunch of people. Don't worry about it. We're the CIA, or we're the FBI. We know what we're talking about. Just leave it at that. Accept it for what it is. And I think that is their viewpoint. Of course, we're not of that type to just accept things, and that's why we're doing what we do. But I think that is kind of the motive behind a lot of that, is that they don't want you reading, that somebody thinks that the CIA is planting chips in their brain, and that the CIA is possibly following them, and that this guy's paranoia and insanity working for the CIA led to him doing what he did, and led to the death of 60 people to date. So I understand why they would say, you know what, we're just not putting that out there. There's no reason to put this out there from their perspective. From our perspective, yes, there is a reason we want to see this stuff. Even though it's ugly and it's nasty. But from their perspective, no, you don't need to see this shit. You don't need to see this shit. Just trust us. We know what we're talking about. He was stressed out. He fucking did this. That's end of story. So I get it. I do get it. And does this help, people, right? So even if you had let's say you work for the FBI and you're invested in this, right? Let's say you knew somebody who was there. You're working for the FBI. You knew somebody was there, right? So you have a vested interest in, that person understanding what had actually happened. Would you want to see this get out there? Would you want somebody who was victimized by this event seeing the nature of these letters, this person going down this road of insanity, this person possibly targeting other people, possibly wanting to do this on in multiple venues around, America, to more people. The fact that he didn't want, 60 people dead, he wanted 150 at some point. I mean, this is madness, and this is ugly. In the context, this is really ugly shit. So there's that. I mean, that's just the way I see it. I see the government as, and I see politics and politicians as their philosophy seems a lot of the time as you work for them, you're under them, you're not above them, you're not equal level with them, you're under them. So they tell you what to do, you don't tell them what to do, even though it's not supposed to work that way in America. I mean, that's democracy, in itself is supposed to be for the people, by the people. But at this point, it doesn't seem like, with the government that we currently have and that we've had for a long time, it doesn't seem that's the way they operate, right? You work for them. Shut the fuck up. Do what we say. Listen to us. We know what we're talking about. And in this case, they may as well. They may, this, the 3-page FBI report said Paddock was stressed out. Obviously, there's something going on here. If this is legit, obviously there's something going on in Paddock's brain, dude. Paddock is stressed out. They didn't lie. They just left a lot of context out. It was a thing. But like I said, this is some ugly shit. This is some really ugly stuff, man. I think the Boy Scout thing, I think that was a ruse. I think he was telling this guy, he was asked about all kinds of survival stuff and all kinds of weird shit. The guy's probably asked him, like, Paddock, why are you asking me about this, man? Why are you asking me about all these rifles and stuff? What is your problem? And he said, oh, I'm going to go, hang out with the Boy Scouts, man. I'm going to go do some Boy Scout stuff, man. So I want to talk about your time in Nam, and how you survived out there and stuff like that. That's what I see. But again, it's up to everybody to, either accept this for what it is or, put their own context into it. But I don't know what else to say. This is crazy. And this went in all kinds of different directions. As you read through this, it just changes everything, to a point. I heard someone say the other day that this changes nothing in their mind. It's like, to me, this changes everything. This is motive. This is everything. If this is legit, this is all you need. It's all you fucking need. Now, does it tell you that there were, multiple shooters? There were not multiple shooters? No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that at all. Paddock is looking for help at some point in this. Again, I don't have the exact date on that. I think that was one of the 2014 letters. Paddock was looking for help, from foreign entities or terror groups, as this guy put it. So that's something. But I mean, realistically, you have the motive, you pretty much have everything. That's it. End of game, man. Story's done. And if this is legit, that's your motive. This guy went nuts. They're not lying. If this is legit, the guy went fucking crazy. He thinks there's chips planted in his brain. He thinks that people are following him. He thinks that the CIA, the IRS, the Treasury Department was doing dirty shit, doing him dirty. He was losing his fucking mind. That's what I got from this, if this is legit. And honestly, why wouldn't it be? Why would this not be legit? This doesn't follow the narrative. It gives you, I mean, in a way it does. Like I said, FBI didn't lie. They just omitted a lot of shit. Well, if they omitted all that stuff, they omitted it for a reason. Why the hell is it sitting in front of my face right now? Why am I reading it? So obviously this is something they probably did not expect to get out. I think this is a big screw up. I think somebody, LVMPD is under new management. Maybe they got a new, was it a PO or whatever? Who knows? And somebody just sent these letters off to the Review Journal. They probably figured the Review Journal wasn't going to do anything on it, and they didn't. Review Journal was going to sit on this, and nothing was ever going to come of it. If it wasn't for Michelle getting this to everybody and putting this out there, and I'm thankful that she did. But if she didn't put this out there, we would never have this. So, I was even questioning at the beginning of this, like, why now? What is this? Why are we getting this? Why are they giving this to us? Why did they let this leak? All I can say is, man, it's a possible screw up. It's a possible screw up, or it's like I said, the LVMPD thought, we'll just leave a Review Journal. They're not going to do anything with it. They can't verify half of this crap. So, they can call this guy. They can do the little piece that they did, but that didn't tell you nothing, dude. The article they put out told you nothing. What I just watched told you nothing. I wasn't even going to do a video on it. And that video kind of led to the snowball effect of this all happening, because I guess nobody actually saw that story until I put it out there. But, you know, I wasn't even going to do a video on it because I felt it was nothing. It was a big nothing burger. Okay, they're talking about, the shooting in Vegas. They're talking about this dude that wrote Paddock some letters. We don't know what's in the letters. All we have is their context of, oh, this guy, knew something was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But it's like we didn't see the letters. So it's like, yeah, it's out of context. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are reading. But now we have them. I think it was a fuck up. I mean, that's just me. That's what I'm getting from this. I think it was a screw up that this came out. But it doesn't paint much more of a picture than Paddock's nuts. He was nuts. I mean, he had to be nuts to do what he did. But, it looks like he was going absolutely insane from 2014. What happened in 2014? I don't know. I really don't know why he started losing his businesses or money or whatever the hell was happening in 2014 that was causing him fucking problems. And I'm guessing it's financial problems. I'm guessing, there was some sort of either legal or financial problems that was leading to this. That's what it sounds like. I don't know. I don't know what it is. This guy never says it. So Paddock never told this guy whatever was stressing him out. I wonder if this guy even knew half of the shit Paddock was into. I wonder if he knew about all the other buildings and stuff that he bought. It's possible he didn't. It's possible he didn't know anything. He just knew that Paddock was dumping money into this business that he was helping to run, vice president of or whatever. His wife was president of. Not sure, but with that, my brain is fried. I'm done. I mean, I'm done with this. Like I said, it's not to disagree with you on all this stuff, because I know you don't agree with me as far as this was as this goes. I don't expect a lot of people to agree with me on the way this is, but and I think this is going to lead a lot of people are going to read into this various conspiracies, various things and stuff like that. I mean, I can see it as I'm reading it. My mind's spinning into weird directions. And that's fine. That's fine. That's for people to do. That's going to happen. I will say that I think if this is legit, this is the biggest thing we've ever gotten. This is massive. This is huge. This is the most important thing I think ever to come out of this whole Vegas thing. Just these 10 letters. Because, this tells you a CIA connection with the government, right? That a lot of people had suspected in the beginning. Yeah, okay, you're right. I'll admit it. But, if this is legit, you were correct on that. So some sort of government CIA training, at very least. It does play into, Paddock going nuts. Paddock's losing his fucking mind. It plays into the fact that he had planned this at other venues, that, he was planning to do this. It's just the Harvest Festival ended up, being where he did it. I mean, to me, it's just massive. It's massive. It does bring up a lot more questions, in my mind, it brings up a lot more questions, as far as, the federal government being involved. It would explain why the FBI wanted to hush this so quickly, because, you don't want to put all the attention on the CIA and, other government institutions. But honestly, you can't, even with this, and I know people will, take some stuff from the CIA thing, even with this, as you're reading it and as you read down to the bottom, this guy was nuts. And if, again, it's all based on, if it's legit, we're talking about a dude writing to another dude about phone conversations he had. Now, whether he's, and writing really crappily. And so, we're looking at, was Paddock telling this guy what he's saying? Okay, that's the first thing. I believe he was. I believe Paddock was saying some crazy shit to this guy because it's a little too close to the mark, man. It's way too close to the mark. And so Paddock's saying crazy shit to this guy. Why is he saying it to this guy? Well, they must be really, really super close. He must really trust this guy, which is crazy. Which is insane to trust anybody with this kind of stuff. But, and then we have to look at, is this guy interpreting what he's hearing correctly? Is he interpreting it, as what Paddock is actually saying? Well, I mean, it's close to the mark, man. It's very close to the mark. I mean, he basically in these letters plots out everything that Paddock ended up doing, so I don't think this guy's Nostradamus. I think that this guy was actually being told what was going on. Again, it's all based on if these letters are legit, and I know a lot of people are going to think they're not. Because it is very, very convenient that he spells all this out in the way that he does. Then, okay, so, Paddock told this guy some stuff, again, based on the legitimacy of these. Paddock told this guy a bunch of stuff, talked a big game, and let this guy know what he was going to do. This guy writes him down on paper, starts asking questions about this stuff. Okay. Now, then we got to look at the grammar skills of this guy, right? Is he writing this down correctly? Is he able to articulate it correctly through words? And I mean, from what I've read, man, it's close to the mark, and that's the problem. It's very close to the mark. This guy is basically spelling out what ended up happening, I guess, in the future. And even if like these letters were sent in, because someone was saying, these letters could have been sent in, could have been written at a later date, sent in later. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. It's a hell of a stretch, man. It's a hell of a stretch. It's a hell of a stretch. I mean, this guy would have had to, and he was in prison at the time, right? This guy was in prison, and we have, oh my God, we have the evidence that, or I'm suspecting this guy actually wrote these letters, right? And that is based off of the Review Journal actually talking to this guy and having his voice, on, their programming. So that's this guy, right? This guy was in prison, obviously, when the shooting took place. That would mean that this guy would have had to, if we're talking about this guy forging all this stuff, making a story out of this, hindsight, as opposed to, these being legitimate. Now we're talking about a guy who had to write all this shit in prison, which would explain the crappy writing. Writing all this shit in prison, then somehow getting it out of the prison without it being read by prison guards, right? Because they read everything, but somehow smuggling this out of prison, or I guess telling someone else to write this, and then having them send it to the LVMPD, that sounds like a total stretch. That sounds crazy. That sounds insane, because this guy was in prison when these things were received, right? So that sounds like a complete stretch of the truth, man. It just sounds like that's not even like reality based, right? This guy trying to smuggle these damn letters out of a prison, that's crazy. And if you write, all this crap on a letter from a prison, then this would have been sent by Department of Corrections or whatever the fuck, and it wouldn't have been sent by some randos in a building that found a box in a corner with Stephen Paddock's name all over it. So are they legit? I don't know. Seem legit to me, man. I can't sit here and come up with a way to say that it's not, because it's too close to the mark. There's a lot of information here that really doesn't matter. It doesn't fit, right? Why is he telling us who the president, vice president, all this stuff? Why do we have names? Why do we have all this stuff if this was like purposely leaked out there? Why wouldn't the FBI, CIA, whatever, the FBI or the LVMPD, why wouldn't they just redact this whole thing? Why wouldn't they just say, no, sorry, we don't have this. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about, dude. That got lost somewhere. We destroyed it. We don't have it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Get lost. Yeah. I have a hard time saying that there's any, I don't know. I have a hard time saying there's any way this is illegitimate. It's just too hard. Anyway. Well, that's about it, man. I'm just ranting at this point, rambling, and my brain is falling apart because of this. So I'm gonna let you guys go. And have a good night, guys. And stay safe out there. This world's fucking nuts.